Top 5 scientists killed or injured by their experiments. Number 5. Alexander Bogdanov. Bogdanov was a Russian physician, philosopher, economist, science fiction writer, and revolutionary. In 1924, he began experiments with blood transfusion, most likely in a search for eternal youth. After 11 transfusions, which he performed on himself, he declared that he had suspended his balding, and improved his eyesight. Unfortunately for Bogdanov, the science of transfusion was a young one, and Bogdanov was not one to test the health of the blood he was using or the donor. In 1928, Bogdanov took a transfusion of blood infected with malaria and tuberculosis. Consequently, he died shortly after. Number 4. Robert Bunsen. Robert Bunsen is probably best known for having given his name to the Bunsen burner, which he helped to popularize. He started out his scientific career in organic chemistry but nearly died twice of arsenic poisoning. Shortly after his near-death experiences, he lost the sight in his right eye after an explosion of coccidyl cyanide. These being excellent reasons to change fields, he moved into inorganic chemistry and went on to develop the field of spectroscopy. Number 3. Michael Faraday. Thanks to the injury to Sir Humphrey Davy's eyes, Faraday became an apprentice to him. He went on to improve on Davy's methods of electrolysis and to make important discoveries in the field of electromagnetics. Unfortunately for him, some of Davy's misfortune rubbed off, and Faraday also suffered damage to his eyes in a nitrogen chloride explosion. He spent the remainder of his life suffering chronic chemical poisoning. Number 2. Marie Curie. In 1898, Curie and her husband, Pierre, discovered radium. She spent the remainder of her life performing radiation research and studying radiation therapy. Her constant exposure to radiation led to her contracting leukemia, and she died in 1934. Curie is the first and only person to receive 2 Nobel Prizes in science in 2 different fields, chemistry and physics. She was also the first female professor at the University of Paris. Number 1. Galileo Galilei. Galileo's work on the refinement of the telescope opened up the dark recesses of the universe for future generations, but it also ruined his eyesight. He was fascinated with the sun and spent many hours staring at it, leading to extreme damage to his retinas. This was the most likely cause of his near blindness in the last 4 years of his life. Because of his life's work, he is sometimes referred to as the father of modern physics.